Exercise 1. Running. Run for 30 to 60 seconds at a low to medium intensity, either along the court or on the spot. When running, make sure arms and legs are moving significantly enough to encourage a rise in body temperature, heart rate, and breathing. Exercise 2. High knees and heel flicks. While running, perform a 10-second burst of high knees followed by a 10-second burst of heel flicks and repeat 3 times. When performing high knees, forcefully drive the knee upward while fully extending the opposite leg. Maintain a flat back with a slight forward lean of the torso, driving arms firmly in the opposite direction of the knee drive. Coaching tips. Take short, quick steps. Avoid leaning backwards. Thighs should be parallel to the ground at the highest point. Keep head and neck relaxed throughout the movement. When performing heel flicks, kick the heel up toward the butt with each step, keeping the knee aligned to the body without flexing or extending at the hip. Maintain a flat back, moving arms opposite to the legs, keeping shoulders relaxed. Coaching tips. Take short, quick steps and flicks. Avoid leaning back. Weight should remain on the forefoot throughout the movement. Keep head, neck and arms relaxed throughout. Exercise 3. Hips. Opening the hip and closing the hip. While running, pause to perform 3 repetitions of opening the hips on the spot, followed by 3 repetitions of closing the hips on the spot. Repeat through 3 times on each leg, running between sets. Coaching tips for opening the hips. Lift knee upward at the front of the body until the thigh is parallel to the ground. Open the hip joint, taking knee outward laterally. Drop knee downward and plant foot back on the ground. Avoid bringing the knee too high. Weight should remain on the forefoot throughout the movement. Coaching tips for closing the hips. With knee starting in an outward lateral position, raise knee upwards towards hip height while remaining open at the hips until thigh is parallel to the ground. Close the hip joint, bringing knee inward towards the front of the body. Drop knee downward and plant foot on the ground. Avoid bringing the knee too high. Weight should remain on the forefoot throughout the movement. Exercise 4. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Running forward and running backward. Accelerate, decelerate and backpedal. Initiate running forward with a slight forward lean while maintaining a flat spine. Accelerate forward 3 to 4 steps. Initiate slowing down, deceleration by shortening the stride length, lowering centre of mass and widening base. When nearly at a stop, plant onto one foot while maintaining an athletic body position with a slight break at hip and knee, holding position for 1 second. Then initiate a backwards movement by pushing through the ball of the foot. When running backwards, keep centre of mass low while maintaining a dynamic body position for 3 to 4 steps. Then initiate forward running by planting a leg to the rear behind the body's centre of mass. Repeat for 3 landings on each leg. Coaching tips. Hips and chest should always face forward in both the forward and backwards movements. During the deceleration, the heel of the foot should be planted first. This works as a braking mechanism. When balancing on one leg, both hips must stay at the same height. Hip, knee and toe must remain aligned during all movements. Exercise 5. Lateral hops. Lateral hops. Hop and stick sideways 1 metre on each leg. While running on the spot, pause on one foot in a dynamic body position with slight break in hips and knees. Chest, hips, knees and toes all facing forward. Push off the single standing foot while simultaneously driving the opposite leg's knee up and sideways, initiating the flight of the hop. Aim to land approximately 1 metre sideways from the start position. Land on opposite foot with weight through the ball and midfoot of the foot, absorbing the land through a bent knee. toes, knees, hips and chest all facing forward. Use arms to help establish balance and hold the position for approximately 1 second. Repeat for 3 hops and landings on each foot. Coaching tips. Try to land as softly as possible by using the bend in the knee to absorb the landing load. Maintain posture throughout all movements. If re-establishing balance on landing is an issue, reduce hop distance. Exercise 6. Squat to calf raise. Squat to calf raise, 10 repetitions. Standing with feet just outside hip width apart, toes slightly outward with arms at shoulder height. Lower into a squat by pushing hips backwards while simultaneously flex at the hips and knees. Distribute body weight from the balls of the feet to the midfoot, lowering until mid-thighs are parallel to the floor. Then pushing through the midfoot upward, extending at the knees and hips at the same time, back to the starting position and pushing through, lifting heels to standing on the balls of the feet. Holding in the calf raise position for a long second, then lower and repeat 10 times. Coaching tips. Everyone is different in their squat foot position, so stance may be wider or narrower and toe position could be more open or closed. The quality of the movement is extremely important. The descent is controlled and slow, and the ascent is to be carried out with more speed. Exercise 7. Plant and cut. Plant and cut, 3 to 5 repetitions of each leg. Start running at a 45-degree angle from a starting point. After a couple of steps, decelerate and brake by planting the foot just outside centre of mass and slightly in front of the body to prop on one leg. Directly after propping on the one leg, initiate the change in direction by driving the knee of the non-planted or opposite leg upward to 90 degrees. Simultaneously push off the planted leg at a 45-degree angle, taking up a slight forward lean of the torso in the same direction. Accelerate forward, making sure foot is directly underneath or behind the hips when running forwards. Coaching tips. When planting the braking leg, make sure the ankle, knee and hip always maintain alignment and the foot is facing 45 degrees toward the direction that the initial running was started. Exercise 8. Sprints. Sprint forward with a sudden change of direction. Perform a high-intensity sprint forward with a sudden change in direction towards the end of the sprint. Repeat several times with a variety of directional changes in the sprints. Exercise 9. Passing and shooting. Once on the court, perform some passing and shooting drills.